From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Ball teed up. Brendan Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from L.A. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Come on, set. Ready.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. That was Micah Parsons making that play. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Ready. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Mitchell gets it from the gun. He loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. From the 16. This one's caught. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Complete to Jawan Johnson. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They've got a man in motion. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal.
Here we go. Go.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Now That one hits the ground incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. So now then, after the penalty, this is first and goal. Mitchell. And he's brought down after a decent game. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here we go, set.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Putting a receiver in motion. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
Mitchell up the middle. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot on that run. He's dropped at the 8. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up second down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Staying on the ground here with Chubb. Open space inside the 40. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Dak to the air here. It's into the hands of Chubb. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with a running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
Dak now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, he's no longer a quarterback on that play. He's more of a running back. And what's priority number one for a good running back? Always ball security. If your number's called, you've got to tuck it away. Can't be giving your opponent any free possessions.
They go play action on first. Complete out to the right. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. We're through one with a lecture in ball security likely coming up during the break. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have it on 3rd and 5. Here's a throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Rams are set to punt. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take. 26.
First down, here's Dak. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half. You're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Hauled in left side. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
26.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Looking slant route, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Finds a man, right side. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Kill. 47. 26.
He's got Smith. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 26.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. Complete out to the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
26.
1st and 10, Prescott. He'll get this complete to Chubb. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Here's Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing on first is Prescott. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
2nd and 3 now.
Yeah! Here we go! I take 26.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Yeah, here we go! I take 26.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18, 19, Tiger 19. Hup.
Back now, pressure on its way. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Not an overwhelming amount of running room available, but he made what he could through the traffic on the pick. Everything he got them, just a bonus really anyway. They were certainly satisfied by simply getting off the field.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Yeah! Here we go! I take 26.
They are running from the gun with Chubb. And he'll advance this down to the 38 on that run. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
The gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Cowboys in possession. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go! 26. 26.
Off the play fake. It's Prescott. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Cut out left. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Hey, kill. 26.
Chubb running out of the gun. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Chubb brings it in. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Chubb. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys double their lead to 14.
Rams nothing. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
60. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it at the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. To the air now on 1st and 10. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams make it a 1-score game before halftime. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. To throw is Prescott. He's got time here, and he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Wait, check. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. Why? Wait, check.
Throwing again is Dak. Throwing the out route complete. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go, 46.
They put a receiver in motion right.
26.
And he's up across the 45 on a small gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
He'll throw it. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Throwing it just before halftime. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Full extension, and he brings it in. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. Here's a reverse. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Right take. 26.
First option gets the give. It's the fullback running with it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
26.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
26.
Again, it's Chubb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Right take. 26.
And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Running right with Chubb. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah. Here we're going to 50.
Play action, Prescott. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
He breaks the tackle. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Rams will take possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Now he's trying one deep, center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast.
20-yard line. A 2-yard pickup.
Here he is on 3rd and long. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Rams are set to punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Go to 54, go to 54. Why ain't? Then we'll go to 53.
First down, here's Dak. Connecting on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
And a Cowboy first down.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He was taken down behind.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. This finds Smith. And he's brought down for a loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
The Rams showing a nickel look. 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. 26.
Dak now from the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Fielded at the 11. And he gets his offense some better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. He picks up 16 on the good return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Hits him on the out route. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. They gain 14 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pass play now. Gets this to Johnson. And he's tackled for a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 7. Keeps on moving into the red zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Rams late in the third. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Cardi now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams tie things up at 14. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They give inside to Chubb. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
And a Cowboy first down.
Yeah, there we go. I think. Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Dak off the play fake. It's into the hands of Chubb. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Cowboys take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Rams 14. Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19 Lions.
They go play action here. That's caught. He found some space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And it brings up an LA first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Play action on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd and 10 now. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Ready?
Now Stafford again. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So a really tough spot here. This is third and a country mile. First throw for the backup now. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires...
Oh, no, the ball is loose. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play no one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
Stafford from the gun. Caught near the goal line. It's an LA touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams tie this game at 21. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Here we go.
Here's Dak. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go.
Throwing again is Dak. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right check.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Dallas touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down.
By TJ Watt.
And the back-to-back sacks, nice work by the defense there, sets him up with a 3rd down. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Rams losing by 7. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
White 7. Zebra. Hey, red. Hey, easy.
Looking to throw. They get him again, and this time it's for points. That is going to be a safety. Brock, I know you're a big fan of referencing baseball. Well, I believe that was 3 sacks, and they're out. Or in this case, get off the field following that safety.
No, that's a good call right there. You want baseball, Kate? I'll give you baseball. You know what that was? That was the equivalent of an immaculate inning in baseball. 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts, you're out. Back-to-back-to-back sacks. That's immaculate. And I don't think we'll see it again in this game.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
They begin the drive. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. Picked up by the Rams.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Cup on the catch. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they send a man in motion. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Double right. Middle.
Stafford to throw again on 2nd. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Double right. What do you have?
Defense showing blitz. Stafford. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal.
Set. Ready, hot.
Back to throw. Here's Stafford. That one's complete, right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
White.
Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Desperation time here on fourth. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Here we go. Right side. We're going to 54. Wide eight. Wide eight.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Chubb with the first and more. Reaches the 35. Down the sideline to the 45. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official.